Let's spawn into Ephemeron and see who's in the upper left-hand corner. In the blue, our Terran player, it is Clem. And his opponent in the lower right-hand corner, another Protoss Dutchman, 2 in 1 day. How lucky are we? It is Harstem. No cheeky max packs here from Harstem. No proxy racks from Clem. At least not in game 1. All things looking pretty solid, pretty standard. That's kind of what I expect from these guys. But as we get into it, we might see some more interesting things. How Harstem likes to build his army up, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. These guys always put on a good show. Clem, like I was saying, he's very, very good right now. Still, he's young, and he's kind of struggled with inconsistency in the past. He's a very quick player, and that can come with making mistakes sometimes because you move so quickly that a mistake sometimes can be a lot more committed than somebody who's moving a little slower might catch it. But he's definitely tightened up in the last 6 months, I would say, and I think he won the Big Gabe Invitational. He was looking great at Home Story Cup. So I think we're going to see a lot of good stuff out of Clem this year. Now, it looks like it was Nexus before Cybercore. But that's not going to matter because it wasn't a Reaper first. It was actually a Marine first. And there's no barracks. So this is kind of an interesting opening, and we might see the Adept move across the map if the Reaper is in here to be annoying. Robo to follow this up for Harstem. And it looks like it's going to be maybe a Hellion build? Alright, well, it is going to be a Hellion build, but I thought he might switch these. He's actually going to just make double Marine out of the barracks. Let's take a look at the Aligulax. I just like looking, see some of the stats that are a little harder to remember. Here comes the Adept. Oh, it's going to see that swap, and it is going to be double Hellions. He just wanted to get a few extra Marines out first. But I think the Adept seeing that swap is going to let Harstem know, yeah, he's going to want a wall here. And body block with a Stalker. And actually, because there's no Reaper from the early game, he can't use the grenade to bop open the wall as one might. Ooh, also nice thing about looking players up on Aligulac is I can find out things like, hey, Harstem is on the team Asterion right now. That's what this ASTSC stands for, Asterion. Clem is currently teamless, which is a little bit crazy to me. Hopefully he gets a good few offers because he's only going to get better, and he's already very good. I think we're going to see a lot out of him this year. But he's coming up with a few Hellions, a few Marines. He has Cloak on the way behind this. There is a Robo out. Alright, Hellions getting on top of these units, but ooh, Stalker's doing a little bit of body blocking. Oh, he's lining the probes up. Ah, but he's going to kill almost all the Hellions before it even matters. 6 probes go down, but considering the amount of Hellions that were traded out for it, I'd say actually Harstem probably doesn't mind that too much, especially since he has a third base about to finish, and we have no such third CC. All right, Clem, why you gotta do that to me? Why you gotta be like that? Clem just now putting down his third CC. But our first Banshee's moving across. Gonna be hitting in the back. Oh, did Harstem see that? I think he might have caught a glimpse of it. And the Observer's in perfect position. Stalker's a little out of position. A couple more workers go down. And workers going down is really nice, but Clem's build depends on getting enough workers down to make up for the fact that he opened with Hellions and Banshees, which are units that don't have a lot of viability as the game goes longer. And that's why he doesn't mind throwing the Hellions away, because they're not useful in the rest of the game. He doesn't want to throw the Banshees away, because they can kind of always come back in and maybe get a little bit of damage off if it's later in the game. But it's going to make his main army a little bit weaker. It's a bit of a trade-off, so he does need to get a certain amount of damage done. We have our first Colossus coming out now. Alright, Banshee's trying to get damage. They're dancing around. One of them goes down, gets 4 probes. There's no detection up here. Oh, there's the Observer. Ah, the Banshee can't quite hide from the Stalker, it seems. So both Banshees going down for 5 workers. Oh, I guess it's 7 combining the other 2, but I don't think that's worth it, to be honest. Looking at the units lost and the resources lost, slightly in favor of the Protoss, and because he had that third base, the 13 probes matter a lot less than they might in some other situations. Of course, that's still decent damage for Clem. It's not like they did nothing, but I think he was hoping for a bit more. And behind this, we have a lot of upgrades coming up for Clem. He's got his 1/1 stim combat shields. Harstem throwing down a bunch more gateways. He's got his thermal lance, his +1 armor on the way, +1 attack as well. I do like having the forges separated. There's something nice about that. Say if a Terran drops or pushes in the front and kills one forge, they won't necessarily get both. And that can be really nice in those weird situations. Clem's moving out though. He says, I got a big army. We're going. But Thermal Lance is getting pretty close to finished up here. Alright, Harstem's going to see this army. He wants to get on top of it a little bit before those tanks start sieging. Once they siege, he's got to back up out of there. Oh, first Colossus is going to get targeted down by Clem. Nicely played. More Zealots getting warped in. A lot of upgrades finishing for both players. This +1 weapons. Alright, it's not going to finish quite in time if this push was to hit, but it's not going to. Clem's going to back up. Scouts the 4th base. And we may see some drop action, or actually Clem might just be moving around to come hit this bottom base. The Observer sees everything. Harstem's Observer absolutely killing it right now. Oh, and Clem has to be careful. Has to be careful. Ah, he tried to get the Observer, but didn't quite snipe it. That's really unfortunate there for Clem. Gravitic Drive about to finish up for the Warp Prism to get that speed. Second Robo coming up as well, and now it's time for the Disruptors. Sorry if I sound mildly distracted. My cat's being real cute right now. And I am distracted. Alright, Harstem does not want to move up that ramp. There's tanks at the top of that. He's actually just going to move around with the War Prism into the main base. There's a turret here, but that's not enough. Harstem sees it. We'll move on by. Gravitic Drive helping out a ton. Clem pulling some units back, but it's not going to be enough units actually. Alright, he will kill the War Prism. But a bunch of workers going down, and in the meantime, Harstem moving around, making sure there's no 4th. Hold positioning like they're Zerglings. I love it. 10 SCVs going down. I'd say absolutely worth it for Harstem. Look at this vision. Harstem has so much vision right now. Really covering a good amount of the map. And now that he has a few disruptors with this army, there's a few more coming out. Man. Oh, Clem a little bit out of position. Harstem not quite getting that tank. It was close, but doesn't quite get it. And sending the... I was going to say Lings. I feel like he's using them like Lings, but sending the Zealots in for the counterattack. They will get cleaned up. Going to cause some lost mining time and kill a few more SCVs. Granted, Clem is on 72 SCVs. Harstem on 80 probes. This is a big old macro game. Loads of Colossus into the War Prism. I'm not sure what the purpose of that was, but there you go. 4 Zealots. That makes a little more sense. He was going to do a Colossus drop, and I'm sad he didn't. All right, EMPs go down, but it's not Storm. Disruptors. Ooh, a nice catch on the Dark Templar moving by. That's a really tough thing to catch. We may see some DTs warped in the main base as well. Nope, looks like it's going to be all Zealots. Actually, oh, I got right. A couple of Dark Templar and a Stalker even getting warped in. There's the scan, but it doesn't cover this one, which means there's still going to be a DT in the main base for a long time to come. And these units are actually trading quite nicely up here. There's a second scan, but gets a ghost in the meantime. More warp-ins going down. Oh, man. All right, Clem will finally clean that up. Well, will Harstem be able to find a good position in the meantime? He's popping his Guardian Shield. A couple of Zealots moving over to the wrong side here. Grabs that Siege tank at the very least. And Stalkers hitting back here. There's a couple Marauders, though, that will deal with the Stalkers. Upgrade-wise, it's very even at the moment. Both of them getting their 3-3. Harstem trading a bit inefficiently, though, in more recent times. He's been kind of consistently mining more and doing damage to SCVs. He's killed 31 so far this game. So it's okay that he's being a little bit inefficient. But in the main battle, it's going to be important. He's going to need to be efficient with his army because it's a bit smaller. 130 supply to 101 now. This army feels a little bit out on the map. Fortunately, these rocks aren't down. Or Clem might have a really good position on that army. We've got DTs and Zealots moving into the base again. Being so annoying. And actually, Clem's max, so there's not a lot of units coming out. DT gets scanned. Will get killed. Harstem using this opportunity to take out the planetary. And he will do exactly that. War Prism moving up into the main. We get both the DTs out before getting killed. And Harstem moving up to the third base, which is being evacuated by Clem. On the other side of the map, Clem is hitting. He's hitting hard. He actually stopped +3 attack from finishing, which is really big right now because Clem's on 3-3. And if he can stop this forage, which he may be able to, enforcing more scans right now, but that's it. That's all the scans. This TT lives for a little bit longer, just long enough. There's EMP available. And there goes the EMP. Nexus is going down. But on the flip side of this, Harstem has 3 full mining bases. He still has at least a few gateways. He still has a few tech buildings. Not much, but a few. And Tempest not doing much at all. And most importantly, he's still got a DT. And Harstem's going to come in now, and unless Clem kills everything here. Oh, he's just got nowhere to go, though. And he's got no scans, or very few scans. And that looks like it's going to be a cleanup. Clem's heading out of there. He's still got a decent amount of army supply, but he has no mining. Let's do a sad thing right now and take a look at the income graph. It has already been very much in favor of Harstem this whole game, but look at it right now. Almost 3,000 more. Which isn't saying much because Clem is at basically 0. Scans this base, sees it's still alive. There's still 61 probes. Harstem now taking another base. Just not a lot left for Clem. I think we might see a tap out here relatively soon, forcing another scan. Each one of these scans is not a mule. You know what Clem desperately needs right now is money. Mules would be absolutely amazing. Vikings are going to come up into the main base to be annoying. They didn't stop +3 armor. So +3 armor finishes, which makes the upgrades a little bit closer. Looks like these Vikings will eventually go down. I like this Void Ray. You know what this Void Ray says to me? This Void Ray says, I'm worried that he might float buildings. And I want to make sure that if we're in a base trade, I have at least one unit to kill those. All right, this Observer, again, seeing everything. It will die, but it sees everything first. Now, there's a lot of Liberators here. Those Libs are going to be huge. Where are the oh my god, there's so many Disruptors, though. Who cares how many Libs there are? There's Disruptors, there's DTs, there's no detection, and that, my friends, is going to be GG. Harstem takes game number 1 off of Clem. And there you go. Damn, Harstem looking real strong in that series. Or in that game, rather. I'm liking it. I'm loving it. What's up, Diesel? Welcome back. Good morning. A recorded cast of a live game. That's right, I actually recorded all of this earlier knowing exactly how the bracket was going to go. I recorded it. And so far it's playing out perfectly. There was even a really long wait that I planned for. Will I cast Neeb? It looks like yes. It's looking like yes. I wasn't sure because I knew Neeb was playing against Bly, but it looks like Neeb just took the 2-0, which I can spoiler to you because you'll find out in 2 minutes. Yeah, so Neeb's moved on to the grand finals. So whoever wins this faces Hero Marine, and whoever wins that will face Neeb. And so we'll follow this string to the grand final. And in the meantime, hopefully, Harstem hasn't forgotten to invite me. There you go. He remembered. Or he read my message. I think he read my message. Alright, we got in there. Harstem, what a good dude. He's good people, you know? The captain himself. Currently, it's Clem playing against Belair. Somebody asked what the score was. I said it was 1-0 Belair. All right, players are ready. They're actually in the correct spots now. We're good. All right, going into Triton for game number 2. I think this is going to be good. Game 1 was real nice. And I think Clem could do a little better. I think we might. I'm hoping we end up with a 1-1. That's what I like to see. Well, let's go ahead and hop on in. We have spawning in the lower right-hand corner Our boy in blue, Clem. And in the upper left-hand corner, playing for Styrian, it is Harstem, who absolutely did not forget to invite us to the game. See if we see anything different this game. It's an interesting gateway placement from Harstem. I'm not going to go for the, I would say the normal wall off here against Terran. That being said, Clem didn't open Reaper last game, so who knows? Maybe he's just not expecting Clem to do Reaper cheese. That's kind of the big reason to put the gateway here, is if you get 2 racks, it just gives an opportunity to help defend. But Harstem, he's not worried about it. He's relaxed, you know? He's just chilling. He's wondering why more people aren't subscribing with Twitch Prime. That's what Harstem's really wondering. Like, if you have Twitch Prime and currently you're not using it, the real question is why not? Why haven't you clicked that button? Right now it's just free money sitting there, straight out of Jeff Bezos' pocket. And you're not clicking it, you know? I'll never understand. Personally, I use my Prime every month on the day. Alright, but we do have a Reaper this time. Oh, there's that salt spray. I love it. Cheeky Harstem drops the salt spray before the probe dies. And Harstem expanding as well. All things as they should be. Adept coming out, followed by the Stargate. And it looks like we have ourselves, I was gonna say 3 racks, but there's only 2 racks. Does that mean, friends, this is a 2-1-1? If this works, I am going to send the replay to Juggernaut Jason. A little bit of a 2-1-1. Now, I think normally you get Stim first. You know, I'm not sure. It's just however Clem wants to do it, what he wants to do with it. But we should see Stim start up, and there it goes. Harstem's side of things, he's getting out an Oracle. Has the Reaper scouted?
Command center upgrade complete.
Nope, the Reaper hasn't scouted much at all. It looks like it hopped up here and got hit by the Adept. That's about it. Oh, gonna grab that probe though. That's a nice catch. Delays that Nexus by a little bit, but doesn't know that there's an Oracle coming. And I think the big deal here is if he doesn't have his Marines in the right place. But you know what? Clem's better than I am. He's better than just about everybody else's. He's got his Marines in place. It's going to be 5 in each mineral line here pretty soon, which will be enough to shoo away the Oracle. Oracle might still find a kill or 2. But the big part of this for Harstem is just scouting. Like, honestly, the real beauty in this is being able to scout what's coming his way. What he won't necessarily see are the 2 Widow Mines. Like this, changing it up a little bit instead of swapping and trying to get 2 Medivacs out. And a couple Widow Mines out. Dropping down that 3rd barracks. In the engineering bay, I assume this is to get a turret or 2 up so that he can move out and not have to worry too much about the Oracles. Double Oracle is here now, but sees a ton of Marines and a Medivac and says, no, that's alright. That's alright. Stim is done. Combat Shield's just now starting. And there's the swap off, so just wanted to get a couple of Widow Mines. Beautiful tag. That tag will tell him all he needs to know, I think. Doesn't quite get the Widow Mines, though. Where are the Widow Mines? Wait, where are the Widow Mines? Are they in a Medivac? Am I crazy? He had 2 Widow Mines. Where did they go? There's only one medevac and it does not have Widow Mines in it. Oh, there they are. Okay, I am crazy. It turns out they're just at the front of this. Well, we found them. That's the important thing. Oh, something went down. That must have been a third Oracle? I am not too sure. Oh, maybe it was an Adept. Yeah, it looks like it was an Adept. No, it was the Phoenix. All right. We're not hitting it today, you know? But you know who is hitting it? Clem is hitting it. He's gonna hit it hard. We got combat shields about to finish. They're not quite done yet, but about to finish. Grabs a quick stalker kill. There's no charge. Harstem just doesn't have a ton of units here. The deal with this is the Colossus on its way out, but it's not out yet. Shield batteries are good, but they're not that good, especially against this kind of damage-dealing army. Oh, and this Colossus just sitting out here. Probe's starting to go down. Harstem is going to tap out. Clem's going to take game 2. Very quick game 2 and tie up the series. 1-1. GG. Damn. What's up, chat? What's up, Cannibal Sheep? A pretty pancake to you as well. Mulligans? Who am I? That's the real question. The Who asked that question once, many, many years ago. They asked, who are you? And sometimes I still wonder. Yeah, who am I? That's real deep. All right. Are we going to get the invite to the game? That is the question. Please. Please, Harstem. Please, don't forget us. I will use my Twitch Prime, I promise. Gotta make sure we get in there, you know what I mean? There we go. Belair got me. What a guy. He was on it. Alright. Players in the right spot. We have trying to accept a friend request, but it's not letting me, so we'll accept that later. Thank you, Belair. Belair, he's a good dude. I heard he is the freshest of princes. But I don't have to babble on too much longer here about nothing, because we have ourselves a game. So let's go ahead and hop on in. Spawning in the upper right hand corner. In the red for Asterion Gaming, it is Harstem. And his opponent in the lower left-hand corner. In the blue, currently teamless. If you run a team and some reason he's not on it, what are you even doing? It is Clem. So, again, things looking pretty standard. I'm not too shocked. They both feel pretty confident in their normal games, their normal builds. And, yeah, I will see if Clem decides to do a big push or anything like that. Once again. Oh, look at that. Non-Imba using that Twitch Prime. What an absolute baller. I'm going to tell Harstem. I'm going to tell Harstem about that. About you. I'm going to go into his chat and I'm going to say, hey, thanks to you, Non-Imba used his Twitch Prime. Subscription ambassador. Dark Thunder, yes, I will cast Neeb. He is currently waiting in the grand finals for the winner of the other side of the bracket. So, in not the next series, but the one after that, we'll have Neeb in it, which I'm excited for, as a red, white, and blue-blooded American. Alright, let's take a look at this game, because we got some interesting stuff happening here. And by interesting, I mean this probe. Alright, this might just be the I'm going to annoy the SCV probe. That's what this is. Alright, Reaper coming up. Adept will be out in time. We have a Stargate behind it once again, so Harstem feeling pretty good about it. And it's another 2 racks here. It's another 2-1-1 kind of build. Oh, SCV chasing the probe so the Reaper can find him. I can't shake him. I can't shake him. And he drops the spray once again. Beautiful. Beautiful. And it's going to be Marines to follow this up. Not too shocking. We should see Stim once again. But we'll see if Harstem reacts differently this time. He went for that kind of quick Colossus last game. But I think maybe something like Charge or even Blink might have ended up being better there. It's hard to say exactly. It was a pretty strong early push there. And opening Stargate just isn't all that powerful versus that many Stim Marines. You can't make just a couple more oracles or something and really push that away. You need something with a little more meat on its bones. Alright, but here's Stim. Marauder coming out, actually. Alright, and looks like Clem wasn't prepared for the Oracle. Marines a bit out of position this game, which they were not last game. And 4 SCVs going to go down. So a nice little catch there from Harstem. That's going to make this push maybe slightly less strong, rather. But it looks like a different build a little bit out of Clem. He's going to go for the Widowmine drop instead of keeping them at home. There's not enough Marines in either base, actually, to kill 2 Oracles. 2 Oracles will definitely win in that fight. Stim's not done either. Harstem being very careful, but he could for sure take that fight. I think he's worried about a Widowmine. But the Widowmines are going across the map, and he's got to be ready to pull. Ready to pull workers. And it is going to be Blink this time out of Harstem. See, he listened to me. He knows. He knows the good shit. Oh, Harstem, he's not pulling, though. Oh, no. Alright, 6 probes going down. That's pretty good there for those Widowmines. Actually, considering they both get out of there alive, that's really good for those Widowmines. He could just sit in his dead space. Well, no, he can't. There's a Phoenix coming out. I was going to say he could just sit there and wait, but not quite. And now we have the 3 barracks out. We've got more medevacs coming out, and it looks like actually Clem might be planning on that same push. But this time I think Harstem's setup is a little better equipped to deal with this, perhaps. He's gonna get a nice tag on the whole army and see that it's coming his way. Blink is not quite finished though, so he can't go delay with the Stalkers for risk of just losing them. Not even a risk, he'll just lose them. Gonna need to try to get a few more units out. Drops a Robo. Force Field should help here a good bit as well. Something that we were kind of missing last game because there weren't any ramps to worry about, but this time we have 2 ramps. Those are the choices Clem has right now. He could move up here and try to come around the side. Ah, but he's tagged, so anywhere he goes is going to be seen. Oh, bit of a blink to the side. It's a little dangerous because the blink goes on cooldown and you want those stalkers out of there. It's not great. Alright, Zealot gets killed. In the meantime, Clem putting up a third base. And the longer he waits, the better this hold will be from Harstem. And charge is on the way. It looks like +1 is finished. So as long as Harstem doesn't find himself out of position, but Clem is reinforcing, and actually his army supply is quite a bit higher than Harstem's at the moment. It all comes down to the engagement. Some nice force fields there, but a real nice hot pickup out of Clem. And as Clem moves back up there, a few more force fields go down. These ones not quite as nice. There's a couple shield batteries here. Charge is still not finished though. He's waiting for the force fields to go. Grabs one of those Widow Mines and blinks on out of there. Now the army supply has equaled up quite a lot as we have our first Colossus coming out. Scan sees a chrono on the Robo but doesn't know exactly what it is. Of course we know that it's Colossus. But Clem's gonna move back home. I think that's wise. He stuck around a little bit too long to do any real damage. But Clem fully mining on 3 bases right now. Bless you. And yeah, just pumping out lots and lots of units. We have another starport coming up, so it's gonna be Liberators, Ghost Academy, second engineering bay. Upgrade wise, it's pretty even right now. Oh, actually I say that, but Harstem's about to finish +2 and his +1 armor. So Harstem's gonna be a good bit ahead for a little bit because this second engineering bay feels kind of late. And it's just because Clem delayed his economy by quite a bit in order to do that push. And this time he didn't get any damage done. I don't know though if Harstem's gonna be able to counter push. And it looks like he doesn't know either. But he's gonna take a 4th. He doesn't need to worry about a counter push. Should have Storm. Is it done? No Storm just yet, so should have that on the way in the near future. Although I think a lot of Protoss players are favoring the no Storm way of playing because Ghost EMP is just so powerful. Sticking instead with Colossi and Disruptors. That's what we saw in Game 1 and it worked very well for Harstem, and that's exactly what we're going to see here. Ooh! One lib goes completely down, a second one goes down. A lot of Stalkers died for that privilege. But that was well worth the trade, I think, for Harstem. There's still a few Vikings left over, but the Stalker's gonna focus fire them down. Oh, nice Widow Mine connection. That Widow Mine on 6 hit points. Disruptors are gonna change this game up a little bit though. In the meantime, 9 workers went down. I don't know where. I assume that was back here. Yeah, it must have been. But we have the War Prism. Oh no! It's gonna take a Widow Mine shot. It's very low now. There's no turret up here though. But a big engagement going on. Oh no! All of those Robo units going down. Harstem losing the most important part of his army just then. 2 Disruptors and 3 Colossi have gone down, and that's exactly what Harstem needed. Now, behind this, 23 SCVs have died. Forces a scan. There are more scans available. War Prism's gonna go down for sure, though. But using these scans is really rough for Clem because, again, he's just down on 40 SCVs right now. But he's going to move across the map. There's still 4 Disruptors here. So even if the rest of the army isn't super powerful, 4 disruptors is massive. Can he kill it? Oh my god, he didn't get the kill. Oh man, and with that, Clem's gonna tap out. He's lost all his SCVs back at home. And he gives Harstem the good luck next round. Whew. That disruptor shot, that was the GG moment right there. If Clem is able to kill that disruptor and keep moving forward, he's not gonna GG. Not gonna GG.